spot here on the Bedrock, and it looks like a bunch of nails and metals and this other kinds of heavies just got all hardened together. And I'm breaking that up. I've been seeing a few coins, but they're really beat up bad. So we'll go in there and see what this looks like. Unfortunately, after coming out of the water here, my microphone wasn't working on the camera, so we'll go ahead and just take a look at it. A lot of debris in the water in this creek. There's all kinds of square nails and lead and pieces of copper and a lot of industrial type metals. Right there's some really nice gold. Look at the size of that one right there in the middle. That is a big round piece of gold just above the other small piece of lead. That's the type of gold you find in Indiana if you get to the right creek and you bust open the right crevice. And unfortunately, Chuck cleaned all these many years ago, but we came back and you reach down in there a little further, break it up a little more, and you still find some good gold. Here's the length of that crevice. Probably goes all the way across this body of water here, and I'm showing probably about 10 foot of it. And we'll go back down in there. You can get another look at that, and we'll try to find some more gold here. Let's see what it looks like. Nothing better looking than clean water when you can get in and do some dredging in some crevices. And this crevice at one time was just loaded. And like I said, we're just coming back through, cleaning up a little bit of the leftover clay on the bottom and some of the rock that's still there. Hopefully we'll find some better pieces yet. As with some of the other videos I do, people ask me where we go in Indiana, and if you watch enough of my videos, I kind of give hints, and I actually mention the names of places I've been going to, but this time I'm out with Chuck in one of his favorite spots, and I don't have the liberty to mention the name of this place, so Chuck told me not to mention it's Chawampus Creek, which I wish I could let you listen to the audio of what he was saying here, but unfortunately it didn't come out too good. And it was pretty funny how he kept saying, don't mention that we're going to Chawampus Creek. So all I can say is find somebody that finds gold and go out hunting with them for the gold, and maybe you'll do just as good as they do. And that seems to be the case with Chuck. We go to some great places. Well, here's the spot I've been working. All I did was break out a piece of bedrock. I think it's an old crevice that I worked a few years ago. And I broke out that big piece of bedrock. You can see where I'm working here. That next piece is coming out. I'll go over here and take a look and check. Popping apart the micro cracks.
Two little micro cracks. Taking the bedrock out, see what's in.
It's hard to believe that bedrock this tight with such small cracks could have gold down underneath it, but if you can see the crack, it's worth breaking these pieces of bedrock open in the Midwest anyway, because this gold was deposited many years ago and was sliding across the bottom, and all that gold that slid across there and dropped down these cracks is still there. If you're the first one to get there, you can find a lot of gold. Probably spent 20 minutes on it. But as you can see, it's a nice little pile of chunky gold here. Put that in the snuffer and go down and get some more. Well, let's get this last cleanup done here. We just got out of that spot where I had all that visible gold showing up. I had a few more shots that I didn't show. It was a great spot. It was pretty high bedrock. It was in very fast water in the rapids, and I had to find a good way of anchoring a big boulder into the crevice and actually tying off to it to keep my dredge in place. So other people that have dredged here probably just neglected to work it, and I got some tail end of some gold that was left behind by Chuck, and no one else got it. It's pretty lucky. You can see the gold showing up here pretty nice, along with the lead and other items of iron. And for probably being in that spot about 15 minutes, I would say that this is a pretty good amount of gold. We'll be weighing it up shortly here. I would assume that this right here is at least a half a gram, if not more, from one little spot in 15 minutes. If you can find gold that quick, you're doing pretty good. Some of it's really chunky, as you can see. We're going to take a look at my dredge here. It's an absolute nightmare with square nails, big stuff in there. I don't know if you noticed, but Chuck pulled out a piece of gold-plated metal that was in there. Not too bad for one little crevice.
Well, we're back here in Bloomington, Illinois. It was a really good time out there working on that bedrock. Spent about 4 or 5 hours poking around in spots that we had hit years ago. And Chuck really put time in them spots before, but to be honest, we did pretty good. We'll be weighing this up here in a second. I think I did all right. I got, one of them was a really nice picker right here. And well, maybe if I had something to point at a little bit better. But this one right here is a pretty good sized picker. And then there's a couple of these other ones that are pretty heavy pickers. Again, that's for Indiana. You can't beat that. Definitely paid for the gas and the food to go over there and back, that's for sure. And then while we were out there, we did pretty good on the coins and different things like that. It's going to take some time to get all this stuff cleaned up, but I'll show you what that looks like here. So this is the rest of the stuff I found. I don't know if some of these are knockouts out of electrical boxes or if they're old coins that are just corroded horribly. I got one ring there, I think it's plated. A nice little silver brooch. That's pretty good. I got a piece of like wire or something that's got gold on it. And a few other coins. I had another quarter somewhere. I don't know what happened to that one. It was just a Washington. But we'll clean these up and show them in the next episode. But let's get away and see what this gold amounts to. Okay, let's see what we got on this scale here. Let it zero out. And here's the gold. And it looks like we got 1.084 grams. Make sure it settles out there. 1.083. That's not too bad for going out and prospecting probably for like 4 or 5 hours total. Not too bad. So stay tuned for some upcoming episodes this winter where we're going to be out doing a little polar bear prospecting. I'll do some panning, maybe some sluicing, and we'll see what we can find. I've got some good ideas on where to go, and stay tuned, and thanks for watching.